Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Georgia Tech head coach Geoff Collins. Coach, if you could open us up with some remarks before we take questions.
Yeah, just proud of how the team battled. Told them at halftime we're going to tell a lot about who we are as a program, who we are as a team, how we come out and play the second half. They battled, they fought, they played till the very end, and we're throwing at the very end of the game to win the game. So just proud of the effort. Hats off to Virginia. You watch the tape and you watch what they've done on offense all year, and you know they're dangerous. You know they've got a lot of weapons. You know how multiple and how unorthodox some of the stuff that they do is. And then you see it live and in person, so hats off to them for the players they have and the things that they do offensively that are really effective. But just the way that team battled and fought on the road, we just got to put the ball down and get ready for a game at home in 7 days.
Okay. Questions? Kelly, if you want to start us out.
Defensively, a very ugly game as a defensive coach. Kind of, what are you seeing as the common mistakes? Is very similar to the Pitt game where you kind of got picked apart.
It's different things and different issues, but you first and foremost have to give them credit. I mean, they've put up numbers against everybody. They put points up against everybody. So they're really, really good. But we've got to do better on the back end. There's some things when they were flooding zones that were high-low on us and the kid can make the throws. And they were able to expose us in those situations. Got beat a couple of times off of the leverage. We had leverage on the receiver, lost leverage on the receiver, and this kid can make you pay when you do that. So just maintaining leverage, knowing where your help is, and you cannot lose leverage when you have leverage. Those were some of the biggest issues that will get cleaned up and corrected.
Okay.
You sort of touched on it, but like I'm sure you went into the game thinking they're going to get the yards and points. But what were the things you were trying to do to try to get, whether it was forcing turnovers,
Yep.
getting stops? That you
Yeah, so just the biggest thing was trying to show them different looks throughout the game. We did do that, but the kid's really good. And he was finding the holes, the soft spots in certain coverages. We kept trying to change it up, kept trying to change the pressures, and he just kept seeing it and finding it, and just has a knack for finding a way to keep plays alive and find his receivers, and he keeps his eyes downfield and he makes plays. But just the multiplicity of what we were doing, the multiplicity of what they do, that was the part we were trying to do, and he found us and exposed us.
Kelly.
I guess on the bright side, Gibbs finally got his run game going, and then you had the onside kick recoveries. Kind of, what do you take away on the positive side from this game?
Yeah, I mean, the positive is how we were in a situation at halftime that we could have gone a couple of different directions. And I've talked about the leadership on this team. I've talked about how close this team is, how far we've come as a program. And to their credit, they kept battling, they kept fighting, they kept staying together under adverse circumstances. And we're going to have to continue to do that. It's been, we've talked about a story of 3-game racks of things that we're going, the season unfolds, and we lost the first of the 3-game rack the second half of the season. And we've got to come back, find a way to get a win next Saturday at home.
Okay.
I thought there was a sequence when Geoff threw the interception and they turned around and you guys made a mistake on the tackle. Was that to you kind of a sequence just that they will take the lead and maybe get some of the momentum?
Yeah, we were rolling on offense early, and then hit a little bit of a lull. We'll keep working past that. We've got a lot of really talented players on offense that are continuing to grow and develop. But just the big thing, when there's sudden change, we've got to have the put the ball mentality, put the ball down mentality, and get stops. Hats off to number 99. That kid's a good player. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. We were dialed in on him all week, make sure we know where number 99 is. And then you see him in person. He's a really good player and made a lot of good plays in the running game and as a receiver. as well. Even at times when we had him covered and even double covered, he was finding a way to make plays. So hats off to him and the quarterback for finding him and getting him the rock.
A couple more for coach, so we can bring players in.
Is it more schematic or is it more execution, your concerns on defense? Like kind of what do you see when plays are breaking down? Is it the call?
Yeah,
Is it
if we go back a couple of games, a lot of it was communication. I didn't think the communication was the issue today. Just the kid finding the holes in the zone. We kept changing up the coverage, kept changing up the looks, and the kid kept finding the voids in the zone coverage, and then was beating us when we were in man-to-man off of leverage. So we'll be able to get those things fixed, and we'll go back to work on Monday with that.
Okay.
I mean, defensively, do you feel like there's much more you could have done? I mean, I guess one thing I'm wondering is, obviously you've got a lot of experience back there in the secondary, and obviously again give credit to Armstrong, but
Yep.
I'm sure you would have been hoping for more out of your guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's the fourth straight week playing a top 20 offense. We want to do better. Putting guys in position to make plays, and our guys making plays at times, and things that we'll continue to stress. But I believe in that room, the things that they've gone through, how they just keep battling and rolling guys in, and we'll continue to do that at a high level.
Okay.
Go ahead, follow up, Ken.
It's unrelated, but a lot has gone unsaid. You were pretty thin on the offensive line, and it seemed like your guys held up pretty well.
Yeah, we were thin. There were some guys that went down. Jordan Williams wasn't on the trip. Kenny got banged up early. We had William Lay out there fighting and battling. Paulo Tuve-Bapulu was out there battling some of his most significant burn as an offensive lineman since he's been here. And Ryan Johnson was playing right tackle for us and did a really nice job. So we're thin in a lot of places, but we just got to continue to roll guys in, continue to develop guys, and we'll continue to do that.
Kelly, if you want to wrap us up with the coach.
I guess it's sort of a double-edged thing. The offense seems to be really progressing, and defense maybe isn't progressing as fast as the offense this season. Kind of, was that something you were expecting? Is it different than maybe you thought how the season would play out, or do you take any satisfaction about how Geoff and them played today? Like, kind of, I guess, how do you look at that?
It's twofold, and I think that there have been a lot of times this season that our defense has played the lights out. So let's please not forget that. You go on a stretch run of playing a lot of elite offenses that have really good players, thin at a couple of spots, and some bad things happen that you don't want to happen. But there has been really good defense played. There was some really good defense at times played tonight. We just got to continue to improve, get better, and get ready for next Saturday at Bobby Dodd Stadium.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys.